Alright, let's get the show on the road. Let's see. Yep, that's all set. Cool. Okay, let's get this done in order here. Editor. First order on the docket is remedy. Everything's been tested in this file, but I need to make sure that the beta plugin is fine, and I also need to check the IFA stats for it going forward. So let's see how things are. Also, I need to make a spawn command for the cruisers. Ah, frickety frack. Let's see. No, wait, I don't need to open that. Okay. Take him out. Take him out. Take him out. Oh, it's going fine, Reapers. Yeah, so get rid of the depreciated ones, change them for the other ones. It's just, I gotta find that. Now, realistically, there's no need for an intercom, but that's fine. What are they blue for? We can just give them 152s, but again, the intercom's gonna fix that. Alright, now the real fun part. I don't need attributes, Liru loadouts. Yeah, short range should be deleted. Give them 152s. And then my kit needs to change off of that one. And there we go. Settings, add-on options. Oh. Yes, yes. Reduce that to 4. Yep, yep. 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 Yes. No, because I don't trust that with IFA. Yes. 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 Yes, yes. Wait, no. Yes. No. Yep. Yep. I mean, this all doesn't matter because that's disabled. Yep. No. Yes. And yes. I think that's the only thing. Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Liru, why are you still awake at this hour? People like us need our beauty sleep.
Then go to
Ravageable
sleep.
wit.
go to sleep, Cap. I'm just getting my shit done. Here's the thing. I need to make sure at least Monday's mission files are sorted. That way I can work tomorrow morning. And then I'll have a few hours to finalize some more editing of footage. Because I've edited another few hundred gigabytes of footage. I'm just done with footage. And that should be good for that. Alright, by the way... What's the fucking cruiser name? I mean, I had these come in, but they didn't actually, like, save. So it's like, what the frickety frack? What's your class name? Sab Boat Cruiser. Okay, I need to note that. I'll put that in my... image. Actually, where's Makarov's chat? Because he sent me that command. So where did I put that damn thing? Alright, so... I'm doing this off screen, I'm sorry. Player, create units. Wait, what? How do you word that command? What? God damn it. Let me look it up real quick. Create unit command, blah, blah, blah. I need it for Arma 3. Oh, so you can actually customize the shit out of that. Either way, just frickin' where's my local chat here? What was it? Sabs, or was it Sab? Sab Boat Cruiser. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? Yep, okay, cool. Bad coder, yay, awesome. Friggity frack. So either way, that should be fine. Cool. And that's the only multiplayer one. Everything else was already tested, and it's not like TFAR took the beta change is going to change any of that. They're just going to add intercom, so that's good. Now, let's see. The other op that won for Monday last... over the weekend, I thought it was going to be SCP Ghost Town op. That one was winning for the longest of times. And then out of the blue...
Send in Goat Team 6.
The Sierra Leone mission just won. I'm like, what the hell? It won by 1 vote, so we're running that. I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna load assets locally. There we go. Deep Prince, thanks for the 9-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this one. Kaiser's coming on the stream at midnight. Noise. But yeah, no, I ordered all the maps, by the way. So we just finished Dramedy. We're gonna move on to GOS Nazawago for the Sierra Leone one. Then we're gonna go to Altus because I'm gonna look at the settings for a dumb mini game I made. Then we're going to look at the Wednesday mission file. And then we're gonna move on to Fridays, which is probably gonna be the only one that's gonna require any amount of work. And then we might even get into the final preparations for Project 13. So, we'll see. But I'm planning on getting up to those mission files done by Monday afternoon. And again, I'm just trying to get everything front logged for this week. That way I can also start doing the Sunday videos again where I talk about a random Zeus topic or maybe a mod. I don't know. There's a few things up on the table. Probably Golden Rule 2 as a video. But we'll have that, and then after I finish that, I don't know, because I've gotten so much done. Toxic Wolf, thanks for the tier 1 sub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a kick out of this stream. And I hope all you guys are still staying safe on COVID-19, because... yes, I'll keep calling it COVID. It's COVID, I know, but whatever. But with, here's the fun thing. So let me pull up my little sticky note here. I front logged all of Project 11. So every 3 days, with part 13 coming out this Tuesday, every 3 days after that, there'll be another component for the Zeus upload. I'm going to do something similar with the Innies campaign, but I'm going to stretch it out to 6 days, and in between, we'll do our one-offs, our Friday night fights, that sort of stuff. And I'll eventually get the... I'll see if I can then maybe get 3 videos a day. I know Sundays, when I start doing the other video things I need to, that'll be a 3-time-a-day thing, but we'll see how things go with that. But also, I've got a shit ton of highlights. I don't think I've ever had highlights front-logged. I've got them front-logged to 12 days. So, if we can keep that going, then great. But I just have all those ready to go, you know? But let's see, we have the... What map am I looking for? Nazawago. There we go. Shenanigans has its next week's video ready because we upload those bi-weekly. VODs, today's VODs are going up tomorrow, and I'm going to start trying to get in the habit of that. So VODs will come up within 24 hours. And... yeah, really, I'm just trying to free up time this week so I can go back to work, because I've run out of funding, and that's why we have the 14D goal, even though admittedly I've outsourced a lot of it to Makarov, but I already frickin'... I know everything I need for that project. I just need someone like Makarov to just do the rest of the coding, because I spent 3 days in a row staying up to 4 a.m., and I can't do that. I gotta go back to work because I gotta make some money to pay for my last semester, and if I don't, then I'm SOL. So, you know, I gotta start rebuilding myself financially, and we'll get there. But what I'm thinking is, based off of that, I'm gonna use that work ethic to see, you know, how I can handle balancing everything and that off of a schedule, because that'll also be a good test for the last semester schooling. But ideally, I'd like to fit in less work, and by work, I mean work, but work with school, with streaming stuff, so that means I'm gonna have to juggle everything forward. So we'll see how things go. Now, I could have sworn that I made this correctly, but I could be wrong. Does your backpack say depreciated? No. So I might have made them right. Which means I used the mod set that was updated, right? Because I was probably playing this as a Sunday. But even then, I'm going to take an SL slot. And if they say depreciated, then I'll have to redo the radio stuff. But if not, we'll go from there. So, I love pineapple. I'm for replying to what Cap Contractor's saying. But I love pineapple. Don't have it on pizza, though. Just don't. Gordon Ramsay says no, of all people. So... yeah, no, the radio issue was because I didn't update the radios for that thing, because I had the finale made a week before the mod set, so it was just like that. But I don't know why I just did a reload. Doesn't say depreciated. Doesn't say depreciated. So I'm all good. Now, is there anything I really want to update for this mission file? It was just meant to be a nice Sierra Leone style, let the Mi-24s do a lot of the work sort of deal. Because, I mean, I guess I could write out some tasks for it. But then again, I already have a task right here, so... Yeah, no, I already have it written, but it's supposed to literally be... They land here, they assist in the defense of this cop, then they counterattack up into this position, and then they'll, you know, clear out that little pseudo AAA position, deal with another counterattack, and then that's the end. So it's just meant to be like non-stop action. I did budget, I think, what, 90 minutes for this? It's probably going to be less, but that's also including how long it's going to take from the brief, transit, and that sort of spiel, so... I don't know, that should be okay, but... I just can't think of anything else where that's going to go. Am I planning on hosting any more BIA ops soon? Degs, no. And it's not because I don't like the community, it's because... the amount of time it takes for me to make a BIA op compared to every other op, because they want everything fully fully, not scripted, but made on the mission file side, and now they're requiring that the QRF has to be all brought in from an array, which means you have to not only make the custom kits of units, but you have to write them in said array, unless you use vanilla units, which I hate using, because you have to always adapt units for kits. Unless you're being lazy or the kits don't matter, like this op. But that's besides the point. It already took me like 5 hours to make a mission file for them. And now with the arrays and the QRF timing, I budgeted at another like 3 hours. So I would have to spend 8 hours making a mission file. So literally a day's worth of productivity that could be spent making either like 5 other mission files, or budgeting out how much footage do I edit an hour? Fucking I edit about 65 gigabytes of footage an hour, and I still have 3.5 terabytes. So my point is, it's just too much time. I know they loved my ops, but I can't. I don't have the time to do that. Like, I learned a lot from Vux template, and I've used a lot of it in my latest stuff, but I'm not gonna make reinforcement rays, because that's where I draw the line of, you know, yes, you can make it mission file side. Yes, you can make a mission file without the Zeus, but I'm a Zeus, all right? All of that extra, like, 4 hours of work, I can do in 20 seconds as a Zeus. But I admire what they're going for, because it helps me give perspective on all those other people that say, oh, you don't need a Zeus for missions, blah, blah, blah. And they're right, you don't. But you can be a lot more productive if you just let a Zeus that knows what he's doing do his thing, you know? And I mean, let me put it this way. Let me also turn my silly fan off here, because I'm starting to get cold. But I could probably bane out a very generic, simple mission for them, and it would only take me about 3 hours to put vanilla kits down. Actually, Jesus, let me think about this. Like, if I were to say, like, balls to the wall and completely, like, not touch the kits of the players. I gotta turn the music off to think about this. I mean, so first you'd have to pick your AO, choose your player faction, choose your Op4 faction. That's gonna probably take you about, let's be modest and say you have an idea and it only takes you 10 minutes. Then you have to put your player kits down. You have to make adjustments to their gear, at least for medical and weaponry, because no vanilla kit in here is meant to be played as an infantryman without a little bit of adjustment. Unless you're playing vanilla, but no big community out there plays without ace. So a little bit of adjustment for that medical. Then you have to write out the tasks. You have to write out the description extension file. You have to add in all the scripts. You then have to script in all of the enemy forces, all the QRF, everything in that array, and that already up to that point is at least 2 to 3 hours. Then you have to go get it approved. Then you have to edit things that you're told to edit because you're never going to get the first approval right on your first try. So that's probably another 30 minutes tops. So that's like 3.5 hours. And that's not even like making custom kits and, you know, but it's work. It's work. My point I was trying to go with that is I don't like to do generic stuff because anyone these days can do generic stuff, though. Gosh, I was watching a 101st stream the other night of this guy. It was super chill, brand new to Star Sim. I think I was being a little too bleak because I thought he was a vet that knew a lot of shit, so I was using a lot of the slang from Star Sims, and I hope I didn't, what's the word? Hope I didn't give him too much negativity because I've got some experience with Star Sim, but even then they were just doing fun ops, and the Zeus, they were in between ops and I had to wait like an hour to like hour and a half for the next mission. And I was just like, that's so inefficient. It's so inefficient. Because realistically, in that Zeus's shoes, all you need to do was, settle on your idea, but you probably already have an idea because you're stepping up to Zeus. So get them all together, give them the brief, give them the map markers before you even, and like as they're just setting up to get the brief, start throwing your stuff down. Then, they finally ask for the brief. Stop what you're doing, give them the brief. All you got to do is use ZEC, excuse me, set up your initial fortifications of the first stuff they're going to hit, and then set up their entry point. Or if they have pilots, then you don't have to worry about the entry point. But all you got to do is set that up, because then they're going to make their plan, the players, I mean, and it's going to take them anywhere from like 10 to 30 minutes to make this super elaborate, complicated plan that's not even going to be used because no plan survives first contact. And as they're doing that, you can then build the first and finalize the first section of your AO and start working on your second section. What I usually like to do is I'll build the first section, and then I'll start doing vehicle spawns for the entire rest of the AO. And then I'll plan out what infantry I'm going to put there, because for fun ops, you don't want to have everything spawned in at once. You want to gradually spawn things in. But vehicles that, Vix can see and whatnot, Vix will focus on. Air assets especially, that's what you want to focus on for air, as well as, anti-air positions are usually in the form of vehicles. Or if you want, you can put AA teams down, but that's beside the point. You just basically kind of work in sync with how quickly the players are going to go. But even if they rush you and get their plan done in 5 minutes, you should by then have most of your front position done. And then by then, you're already working on the second position as the first position's getting attacked. And you're occasionally checking back every few moments just to make sure nothing stupid's going on. But if you need to stall them, just throw QRF at that position and keep working on the second one. That way you can get the guys, shooting stuff within, 30 minutes instead of, an hour to hour and a half. And, just keep them entertained, keep them playing, keep them having fun. I don't know. There was, back when I was, fucking senior Zeus at, the 501st, I trained Zeus's, man, and we had some really solid work going on for those few months, and then fun bullshit happened, but that's okay, whatever. Sorry to rant. I just calling stuff how I saw it. But anyway, Sierra Leone's ready to go, so that's good. We're gonna go look at the multiplayer game. for the next thing I've got, which is, I don't even know what to call it, so I'm just calling it Big Steve. And the only reason why I'm calling it Big Steve was I made this, I made some of this idea while I was talking to some of the Adeptus Astartes in the 700th, and my character in their D&D thing calls them Big Steves, because he calls everyone Steve, because I pretend he's, slow. But I called him, I call the big Astartes guys Big Steve, and I call everyone else Steve, and the small ratling we call Little Steve, and I almost killed him twice. That's a different story, but... Big Steve Simulator. Basically, one man runs around with a Moseberg and tries to kill everybody, but everyone else has cable ties. And if you cable tie Big Steve, you can steal his shotgun, and then you become Big Steve, and you can kill everybody. AKA, it's like Juggernaut, except with the cable tie feature. So there's a description. I gotta make sure the description there. But Big Steve spawns here, and then everyone else spawns around, and then I've got walls up, and I gotta fix. I don't think I finished this and tested it, so we'll put the respawn positions up here on the archway. I gotta do some stairs here, so let me get some stairs. When am I planning on playing that SCP op? If you mean Ghost Town, it was supposed to be tomorrow, but out of the blue, before I closed the poll, Sierra Leone won the poll by 1 point for second place. First place was the North Cape op, so that's still gonna be done, but fucking... I don't know how it won. Like, just out of the blue, bam. I'm like, damn, okay, fine. Screw that. So, maybe next week. But there's no guarantee, because I might have a few new random mission files made, and players might vote on that instead. That's the whole point of Monday Night Madness, is it's whatever the players decide. So I genuinely thought, because that poll result had a solid 3-point lead over... It had a 3-point lead over the next biggest thing, which was a different op. It wasn't even Sierra Leone. But it just decided, yeah, no, it... Boom, you know? What can I do? So I have no official ETA because I don't know what the players are going to vote for next week. This is not Project 14. Project 14... honestly is done. I just outsourced all the coding to Makarov because I lost my sanity. This is just a random minigame. But yeah, anyway, back to the other thing with the 501st. I mean, right, these days I hear Star Sim is just going cray-cray. But, you know, at least I've heard the 101st, which is now like the name for Star Sim, because 501st is on the decline. 212's a little on the decline, but they've always kind of been in the middle, so it's okay. But the 101st has been making gain, so that's good. Star Sim's filled with a lot of good people. It's just there's a few bad apples at the top of the chain that have screwed a lot of things up, and I've heard most of those guys are gone these days, which is nice, but you know, what can you do? Oh, Remy. Barb, what does Remy have to say about the 501st? I want to hear this. Of all people... Look, here's the deal. I'm gonna cut the fucking music again. Look. I can talk about the 501st because I was there. I was in the middle of it during the fucking shitstorm, all right? I moved to the 212 but still had my connection ties. All of my information literally came from either being there or hearing it from people that were there that I trust because I used to work with them. But you can't speak on something if you weren't there, all right? You can talk about it from trusted news sources or people that you trust that you know will give you good intel. But I really hate it when people stick their noses into business that they, weren't a part of. You know what I mean? That's just a pet peeve of mine. But I really want to hear this. I mean, yeah, no, he's not wrong though. I thought the way you worded it, Barb, I thought you were gonna go somewhere else with that. But no, it is public knowledge that the swap dev team is probably the most like one out of all of them, but what you got to consider this too, all right? And this is where again, insider in the whole thing. So, no, Barb, here's the deal, cuz it's not entirely the swap dev's fault. Because when you look at some of the shit the 501st did in contesting with swap, you can understand why swap fell so freaking far. I mean, for Christ's sake, and I hate to bring this one up, but frickin' Sorensic turning Valmork, who was a swap dev that unfortunately passed away, he turned his funeral into a recruiting drive for the 501st. Like that's the level. That's the level that we are talking about when we get to swap and Star Sim. So I was there. He yeah. And I really hate to bring that up. Because Valmoric was a really good guy. But yeah, of course you haven't heard about it. Why would you? People that are the... people don't talk about the bad stuff. They only talk about the good stuff. I mean, there's that. There was, the fact that the I won't say who specifically, even though I really want to, but someone broke into one of the mod accounts of Swap, and this person was from the 501st who broke into one of the mod accounts of Swap and started deleting a bunch of stuff on their Discord. And then also banned a bunch of 501st members from that Discord to incite the remaining 501st members to go on a troll campaign against Swap. That's another level of bullshit. And that's also why I say you can't completely blame the Swap devs, because they had to deal with that. So yeah, like I said, I love Star Sim, all right? I love it as a concept. There's a lot of good people in Star Sim. And when I was in the 501st, we ran a really, really tight shift. I was Senior Zeus for a while. I was the second chair in their AT training department. And we had, in my opinion, at the time, some of the best AT troopers because we trained them for every fucking scenario. There was a point where we actually got called into a meeting by the senior staff because the Zeuses were mad because they couldn't put a gunship in the AO without one of our AT guys taking it out within a minute before the Zeus could even get a gun run off. Because we taught our players who did AT training for their cert how to shoot the gunships down as easily as easy as pie. So, it just sucks because I have the good stories and I have the bad. Anyway, I'm gonna get off that topic. They complained about it because the Zeus's the missions were going by too fast because the big thing of the gunship coming in and killing a squad of dudes wouldn't be able to slow the rest of the platoon down because our AT guys were too good. That's why they invented the King AT, by the way. It's so they could make the AAT, or the King AAT, that's what it's called. They made that to slow down the AT guys because we would kill things too easily. But yeah. Screw all that noise, right? But again, I've heard, as of late, because this is funny, because an old friend of mine who I did a lot of work with back in the 5.0, he, a few months ago, gave me a lot of quote-unquote closure, and a lot of people that burned, not just me, but a lot of people got thrown out or just ate each other in toxicity. So, at least from what I've heard, Star Sim overall has gotten better, but it's still, I also hear it still has its ups and downs. So, what can you do? Then Liru would Hesco the barrel of the... I remember doing that, yep. Yeah, we came up with a lot of creative ways to deal with the King AAT, and it pissed so many people off. Oh, exactly, Don. And to an extent, that is some of what happened. My fear, though, is some of those people go into other communities and they do stuff that can screw things up. Especially when there is a track record of someone who is a little famous that can go to other communities like the 89th MEU Halo units and screw it up. I just hope he gets better one day. Because I hate talking about people. I just want everyone to enjoy their video game. That's all I care about. Anyway, I'm gonna tab in and go into a description extension file, and where did I put this? I have a copy from the Archipelago T3 mission. We're gonna put that in this Big Steve simulator file, and now let's test out kits. Also, what I'm gonna do is I am going to get rid of my gear up here. I'll keep my press helmet on, and we'll chill like that. But I gotta test the perimeter wall and shit too, so. Oh! Whoops. That would help if I gave it some names too. I don't know, but watching that guy do some of those missions last night gave me a bit of nostalgia. If I really do get my get everything balanced and stuff, I might, big emphasis on the might, go into the 101st under a false name and just play a fun op here and there. I'll have to go back through all that stuff. Maybe, no, because according to GARC documentation, they'd put me in as a CRC, but at least I wouldn't have to do basic even still. I don't know. We'll see. I'll talk to a few friends. But there's just not that much interest in TSB because some people in there are also from Star Sim and they don't want anything to do with Star Wars anymore, which I completely understand, but I still want to do something here and there. Just finding the right people. You... just you specifically. We'll meme the heck out of this. So the rank structure of Star Sim is you have your CRs, your clone recruits. Those are brand new people in the community. They got to go through a basic training to get to CRC, which are clone recruit cadets. At that point, actually, I think that's like just a general trooper rank now. It used to have some extra things tied to it, but at least if what I've been told is correct, that's now like just a rank that you can start like getting billets for and whatnot. And then after that, you get qualifications and yada da. I don't know, like, because with TSB, there's already so much we have across like TSB main, IFA, and Warhammer, because that's the interest that the Zeuses have. So a lot of the sci-fi stuff is on hold because we just don't have anyone that wants to do them. So. Oh, I know, Hero. I'm well aware. There was, just talking about something. Is also why I think I should, you know what, never mind. Favorite type of op to play in for sci-fi? In terms of universe, even though there's no mods for it, I'd love to do Star Trek stuff, but there are absolutely no mods for it. In terms of playability right now, probably still Star Wars. Star Wars was fun. Again, some of my favorite ops were part of that, but also some of my least favorite ops were part of that. And it's stuff like that that made me understand it helps me understand why we have a lot of major famous people that are advocating for less Zeus stuff. Because there are some Zeuses out there that make even my worst ops look like some of the best stuff anyone could ever make possible. It was actually funny. I was, the AO that the guy in the 101st I was watching was playing, he did Southern Serrani. And I had to mention the fact that, oh, yeah, you know, this was where my first Star Sim op was. They put 55 of us down, and we spent 2 hours walking around and counting moisture farms, or evaporators, whatever the fuck you call them, and didn't fire a single damn shot. The only action we saw was when someone intentionally bad fragged at Index and killed half the players there. And I keep telling myself at night, that made it worth it. But in reality, it didn't. It did not. TSB doesn't have actual ranks, it's just the tier system, because it's a casual community, so you don't really need military ranks in a casual community. Oh, gosh darn it, I forgot to still set the other spawn settings. Because I hybridized settings from the description extension file and the actual multiplayer settings again, Eden. Because it's just less work. So with DUI, all the people in here are going to see each other, so if one of them picks up the gun, people are going to have to quickly realize they need to leave the group. That's also kind of the fun. No, I don't, like, if you guys want to hear about Star Sim, I can talk about Star Sim. One of my last favorite ops was in the 74th, because it was run by a bunch of people who left the 501st. And the first op I played with them was that weird, like, hybridized Mass Effect assets in Star Wars op, which I thought was kind of cool. But it was literally just a lore op, like an exploration op and get lost in a maze. And as someone that's played, you know, tens of thousands of hours of Arma ops, being able to actually, like, watch along a story plot all while we were being, like, sniped at by a few things after I was the only survivor of my vehicle exploding, which killed my entire squad and another squad, like, it was interesting. It wasn't just go around, count a bunch of moisture evaporators. It was, hey, you're crash landing on a Sith planet, and you end up watching this Sith ritual take place. And if you try to interfere, you were killed. And then we ended up trying to interfere, and then I took a Sith lightsaber, and I did stuff that should have gotten me banned. But anyway, like, you know, it was a roleplay op, and I love roleplay ops. I love the 40k op we did for Orbita, and I really wish we could do more because we explored a freaking Underhive. Yeah, the Underhive of Hive City, you know? I love stuff like that. But then, like, the next stop I played after that, I hated our squad leader because he put us at such shitty positions. And I even, like, I try not to wrestle for control. I try to respect the system, but I kept saying, hey, why are we here? Like, I just kept questioning him, and he started getting pissed at me about it. And I'm like, well, you have us literally sitting like a click away from the other squad who's in the valley doing all the work. And you have us here overwatching, even though only one guy has a weapon that can actually reach them. Because for most Star Sim stuff, the ballistic, the rifle shot would dissipate after 300 meters. So we were useless, and then the one time we could have been useful because an AAT was going up the SSR we were overwatching, I got my AT out to hit it, my squad leader started yelling at me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why are we up here to do Overwatch if we're not going to do the It's like, it was dumb. I left that op halfway through because stupid stuff. I think the perimeter wall's fine, but I need to add a Zeus module for myself. Make a new firefight? Firefight or what? Geth, there are mecha mods out there. Someone could easily go out and take it and turn it into some sort of anime. I just don't have the patience for that shit. Also, it's one of those things where I would do it in TSB, but then everyone would want to be a part of it, and I can only take limited slots. But honestly, when I remake Project 10, it's going to be the same way. But it's going to be at a really weird time slot, so we'll see. The mech mods, the HMCS mod, has actually gotten really, really stable. It's just people like Andruza will get into them, and their connection is already really laggy, and then they'll literally break it because their connection lags out the thing while it's running a complex script, and then it oofs it for everyone. What was Project 10? Project 10 was Project 77. It was making a Fallout 76 style game in Arma 3, and we had everything ready to go. I had half the story made, and then the Ace Medical update came and broke the mod, and I just shelved it. But I looked back at Aftermath, and they've made it compatible with the latest version of Ace. So I'm gonna re-look at my notes and see how things go. What's nice about this is it has the little... It doesn't have an animation for it, but it takes a second. But it has a nice little... I don't know what you're touching there, but it loads all the extra things. But Big Steve will just go around shooting people. And he's clearly marked, and then everyone else will have cable ties, and they can try to run up and cable tie him or avoid him. But no, I don't have any plans for Star Wars stuff in TSB in the immediate future. It's also because I gotta start picking and choosing what I'm gonna do as I work towards other things, you know? Well, yeah, so this guy, he's got cable ties, some bandages, some medical stuff for himself, and then he's also got shotgun ammo, because, you know, all he needs to do is grab that shotgun. Kaiser, I used to use sped up soundtracks, but recently, actually not even recently, as of like 2019, even those started getting copyrighted, so now I use, I don't speed up my soundtracks anymore, I just use stuff that doesn't get flagged. So that's why we hear a lot of Mass Effect, Homeworld, that sort of stuff, because it doesn't get flagged. Why is your stamina shit? Is it because I haven't loaded your settings? $20. This hasn't been initiated. Yep, that's why. Yeah. And all these are set with T2, so... So that should mean I shouldn't spawn with the micro dagger. Yeah, Barb, go sleep. Hope that TM up was alright. I hope to play the upcoming Thursday one. It's only 12:21. Guys, for like the past... Except for yesterday, well, okay, no, yesterday I did stay up till 2:30, but Bloodwing thought I went to bed at midnight, but that's beside the point. Wednesday through Friday, I stayed up till like 4:30 a.m., so... All that fun stuff. Hold up, checking phone, don't need that. Well, so the reason I was up that late was because I was doing coding work for Project 14, but... I couldn't handle it anymore, so I finally outsourced the rest of it to Makarov to see if he can do it. And if not, if he can't do it, then I'll try to find someone else to pay. Because I want to get it done. I'd love to have that as a server, but holy fuck, like... There's only so much I can take. Yeah, I'm East Coast. Sleep is for the weak. Yeah, so now his stamina should be... Why is... What? Part of me is like, that's normal, but the other part of me doesn't feel like that's normal. What the frickety frack, swickety swack, ba-ba. TM is the community I play in on Thursday nights that Barbarian's also a part of. It's the meme community. It's also the one where we get to play with Whale. For those of you who don't know Whale is like no, that's not fair. I was gonna say he's like the TM version of Andy from FK, but Whale is like... Whale is the uncle that you have that just knows everybody. And I'm dead fucking serious when I say that. He literally knows everybody. It's weird. Like, I knew he knew some people, but then when he started talking about other people, I'm like, whoa, how do you know that? How do you know him? I don't know, I just admire his web of influence. Yeah, I saw that, Don. I then went into his stream as he was ending it. I apologize if any of you were misbehaving, but we ended up having a long conversation about how you guys are well behaved. And I'm like, oh, wow, sometimes they bully me into submission. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, okay, I guess that's fine.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
There's not really a way to make Call of Duty Nazi zombies. Like, all the framework's there, but... Just... you know? There's a way. I just don't feel like doing it. Alright, so that's all of Monday's setup. It's only 12:25. Thanks, Don. I appreciate it. Also, Zara, thanks for the 27-month resub. One day I will get the badges and the emotes done. I don't know. It's gonna probably be a few months, though, because of financing. Ah! But I hope you keep enjoying the ops. I hope you get a kick out of this one. Now, I'm trying to think. I'm probably... Nah, screw it. Let's work on Wednesday's mission file. That one doesn't really need that much work done, but I will have to... There's quite a few changes that need to be made for that one. Ah, okay, whatever. Let's go to Discord. Let's get that HTML. I'm totally spacing the fuck out, because Barb just started messaging me, and I went to answer him. Where is our op tray? There we go. Oh, they also mentioned they added a few more things. Okay, well, let's see what they added. They added OpCan. Ah, of course they did. Well, we can look at what that added, but I gotta make these changes sooner or later anyway. Okay. Oh yeah, right, I put all the, I'm not sure if we have Project 14s up yet, but Project 13 and below are all written out, so... Fun stuff. Yeah, go ahead, Caesar. Go get your stuff done. Oh, hello, my bitrate's freaking out because we're downloading Opcam, but that's fine. You can call him Kaiser or Caesar. Barb, have you ever played freaking Fallout New Vegas? Barb, go to bed. I'll feed you homemade Rice Krispie treats tomorrow morning for breakfast if you go to bed now, okay? Normally I don't even feed you breakfast, so go to bed. Alright, come on, Barbarian Weeb, go to bed. See, if he's still here, that's gonna piss him off. Oh, wait, true to Kaiser. That's right, Barbarian, right to bed. So we have Barbarian in the basement. Ems has been working overtime, though, so I promoted him to the couch on the basement instead of the unfinished floor. And then Outcast, he's under a different contract, so we don't keep him in the basement.
Now.
We keep him in the sick ward, even though he's not sick. He's just burnt out. Heidi ho, neighboroo. Bearded Lord, thanks for the 31-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. And I hope you enjoy a little bullshittery up here. No, I don't actually live with him. He's like half the country away. If I did, though, that would be weird. Because I'd have to lock my office door because he'd just come up here and beat me if he didn't like something. Ah... I'm breaking the immersion. I know, right? I'm sorry. I was answering truthfully. No, Don, only you're kept in a blank white room. That was by your request, though. I'm interfering with the lore. Alright. Can one of the mods... Oh, right. I can't. I'll give it back to him later. Maybe. I don't know. Hold up. Just go to bed. Bedtime. It's bedtime for him. Don, the room's padded, but I didn't put you in the straitjacket. I didn't want to get sued for sexual harassment. Because that's 2020 for you. Yeah, understandable. Have a nice day. No, I didn't time out Barb. I just put him to bed. Favorite map of all time? GOSL Ryuk. So the Wednesday slot, by the way, to keep you guys in the loop, by the last week of August, I will not have the TSB Wednesday slot because I have a class in the middle of it, but we still will have the late night 506 slot. I'm hoping to get another slot to keep doing sci-fi stuff, but if I have to drop it for a few months to work on school, that's not a major loss for me. Favorite vanilla Arma map? I mean, by vanilla, do you mean base game or vanilla with add-ons and DLC? I don't know. I mean, I can tell you I don't like Tanoa because Tanoa's limited with what you can do with it. Like, I used to like Tanoa, and then they had an update and just, like, killed the optimization of it. Like, same with Livonia. Like, just the optimization of those two hurts. Alright, I can get rid of that. They cleared that, so I can set that as white. And I'm also gonna get a... We'll get a question mark. On that. Well, Knight, I can't take breaks. Not because I don't want to, but because I will literally get bored, alright? My life is literally one of the following things. Eating, doing inappropriate things that aren't Twitch appropriate, Arma, my main job, or watching Law & Order on my couch, okay? Those are the 5 things right now. Or I guess swimming in the pool in the backyard, but that's rare because it's getting way too damn hot outside. Thanks, global warming, but that's my life, alright? That's where it goes. That's what we gotta do with it. Law & Order, yes, is technically a limited supply, but Law & Order, SVU, Criminal Intent, that weird British one. And SVU still gets new episodes every week, so I'm good. And then Bloodway and I are watching through DS9. We're in the middle of season 3, and we still have up to the 7th season, but I really want her to watch fucking TNG, so when Worf shows up, it's gonna be more impactful. No, Diggs, it has to be Law and Order, okay? Every other cop show is invalid. There, I said it. Has to be made by Dick Wolf, okay? If there's no Dick Wolf on there, then it's not a cop show. That's just the rule, all right? And you can say that's personal. I've completely lost focus on what I'm doing. Oh my god. I'm just memeing at this point. Screw it. Oh, the part where I get abused by Bloodwing? I guess that's pretty important, isn't it? Also, I'm not seeing any problems with the URF packs, so I just assume that beta overrides those configs. And I'm gonna get rid of those because those don't matter. Now, let's see. They lost the camo van. They didn't lose any Vix up there, but they lost the camo van over there, but they grabbed everything else. And they got Prisoner from Fudgehead McGee location. So let me go ahead and add that, and I can remove that task. The query's still live, though. What'd I put in you? Giggity. RPGs. Yeah, you lost, yeah, you lost one of the gun techies. I don't think you lost the other one, though. If you did, I'll be nice and let you keep it anyway, because I really want this campaign to be finished in the next 3 weeks. Otherwise, you fail it. Failure's no fun. We're just here to pew-pew our goddamn guns. Right, RPG ammo's kept in here. Bah, your name is not Ben, it's Bah. It's clearly written right there, okay? I think you're delusional. I did say that there would be the S word. I didn't say it would show up this time, but there is a little thing that's gonna start coming up, and we'll see that later. Barb just messaged me, don't forget to give me mod back in the morning, and god damn it. Hold on. So, because my mother keeps breaking into my house and making me food, I set up some cameras. Let me just check my phone real quick. That would be the garage. There's a fucking raccoon in my garage. What the fuck? Is there a raccoon? Ugh. How did you get in the garage? Whatever, I'll go let him out before I go to bed. No, you can't see because I have the camera feed through an app on my phone, which I'm going to fix soon because I want that thing to be CCTV because that's just inviting someone to break into that connection and watch me do weird things in the garage. Don't judge. No, I gotta go let him out. So I gotta gear up because I don't know if that thing has rabies. That's gonna take me like 5 minutes. And it's 12:40 and I gotta go to bed anyway. So it's not a garage. No, it's not that type of garage. It's the garage where you have the. I'm gonna shut up now. We'll be back tomorrow at 5. Maybe earlier to play an op on the ground, but 5 for the 3 Zeus things that we just finalized. So, Big Floof, I'm sorry, but we'll be back tomorrow. There's a raccoon in my garage I gotta go take care of. Okay? Please stop sexualizing my garage. It's a fucking garage. I mean, hell, I got 3 boxes of the sexual stuff at my feet because you guys send really freaking weird dildos. Yeah, I'm running. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. We'll be... No, I'm not turning on the camera. I don't even know if I could... there's probably a way I could sync it to the stream, but I'm not doing that. No, I'm not showing you guys my garage. It's mine. It belongs to me. Plus, I'd have to, like, censor the license plate of my car and my brother's car. And, why am I actually thinking about this? No, I'm going to bed. Good night. See you frickin' tomorrow.